Good evening, my little chipmunks. It's your girl, Lady. How you guys doing this evening? Today we're gonna talk about more weird things that I've encountered while existing in Ohio. Um, for one that I think is really different is the transportation. Now, as I've said before in my previous videos, that the buses are like the only one of the main ways of actually getting around, aside from if you have a car or a truck, or you work for a company that has a company car or whatever, then that would be your mode of transportation. There's some people that use skateboards and mopeds and motorcycles, and some people ride bikes. But around the time that I lived here, before I actually got a bike, I had to take the bus. And it was interesting because it was a lot different than in New York, because for one, the pricing in New York, the pricing is $2.75, and I don't know if it's changed or it's raised or it's lowered, but I think it's raising, which sucks even more. But out here, it's only $2. $2, like, and you could buy a bus fare for the whole day for $4.50, and it expires at midnight. Do you know how amazing that is? Like, a day pass, yes, compared to, New York, 275 isn't as bad. But that's pretty good. That for the whole day, that to me that's epic. And then on top of that is how nice the bus drivers are. Like, this one time I was riding my bike up this really irritatingly steep hill, and I don't know, when I walk it, it's not as difficult, but I guess when I'm riding a bike, I guess adding another weight causes more issues than not, which it was annoying. But I was waiting for the bus as I saw it, and I stopped, and then I realized, shoot, I don't have money. Them Broke Chronicles is not funny, but true, relatable. But Them Broke Chronicles is struggle. It's a struggle in life. Anyway, I get on the bus, and then I realized I don't have $2, and I said, I don't have $2. So I got off and I was walking away. So just as the bus driver pulls off, he stops, opens the doors, and walks out and hands me $2. He goes, I would hate it if my daughter was out here without, enough money on the bus. I was like, oh, no, it's okay. He's like, seriously, for real? I understand the frustration. Here you go. Let me get off on the bus like it was no thing. I was like, aw, people out here are nice. And like, it was really helpful. And then sometimes too, well, not sometimes, a lot of the times, if the bus driver will see you like running for the bus, they will wait for you. In New York, they don't do that. They don't care if you're running for the bus. They will leave you. You're not at the bus stop? Too bad. You gotta wait for the next one. They're like, whoop. Sounds like a personal problem. SLAPP. Like, it sucks. But at least out here, if they see you, especially through those giant, like, mirrors that they have right outside, like, the bus itself, they will actually stop. And has anyone ever been, like, really weirded out by those buses? Like, feeling as though that if you stand too close to the curb, or you're of, like, that height to that mirror, that aren't you worried that sometimes you might actually get hit by those mirrors? I don't know. Maybe this is a thought process in my head, because I always feel like I'm standing too close. But it never hits me, because I back the heck up, because I have more sense than that. But it's still a little startling sometimes. This other time, I was coming home from work, and out here as well, the bus passes, they don't cost as much as I thought they would. Like, you can buy a monthly pass for $62 at Kroger. And I think in New York, it's like for a 7-day pass, it's like in the maybe the 60s, or maybe I think it's the 30s. It's like $31 or something like that. And then for a monthly pass, it's like $109. But out here it's 62, and then because of where I work, it's only $25. Let me find out. Boy, like, for real. I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to get a bus pass. So I get on the bus, I swipe my card, I'm sitting down, trying to just like unwind, de-stressify my like my inner turmoil and, just let go of all the drama that happened at work today. And this man gets on the bus and he sits down. The bus driver is like, excuse me, sir, you didn't pay. So he's like rummaging for his stuff, trying to figure out where his bus pass is. So then I stop. I'm like, I'm doing my best and be nice. And he's standing there looking for his stuff. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna go and see if I can swipe for him. So just as I go to swipe, the bus driver's like, oh, ma'am, I'm sorry. Because you swiped your card already, it won't work. I was like, oh, okay. I turn around. He's standing in front of me like, oh, well, you can give me the card. Me and the bus driver like, no, sir. No, boo-boo. No, boo-boo. It don't work like that. I said, no, thank you. The bus driver's like, no, you need to get your own card. Then magically, poof, out the crevice of his asshole, he produces a bus pass. Oh, I got annoyed. I was like, you little biscuit. Sniveling little weasel. I got annoyed, but I was like, you know what? I'm going home. I ain't gonna worry about it. I go back to my seat, sitting down, looking out the window, trying to figure out how to not fall for that again. He swipes his card like it's no thing, and then he proceeds to walk to the back of the bus. And when he first sat down, he was sitting in the front. But after that happened, he's walking to the back. And in my mind, I'm thinking, dear God, please do not let this man sit across from me. He must not have heard me because he sat across from me. I was like, oh my gosh, why? Oh my gosh, why? Oh my gosh, why? Why? Then he sits across from me and goes, oh, thank you so much for all your help. I really appreciate it. I was like, oh, you're welcome. You knew darn well that you had a bus pass. But I didn't say that. I was like, why are you thanking me for being nice after you were trying to be deceitful? And then when you were caught on it, like it ain't no thing. And then on top of that, he was going to take my bus pass. Like, what kind of shadiness is that? Boy, if you don't get your deceitful behind the seat, Lord. But then he starts cursing at me. I don't take none of that BS. I'm not about that ish. Like, I was like, why am I being cursed at? I was trying to help your broke behind. Please. I know that struggle. That does not mean you get to be deceitful for people just because you feel the need to do so. But it makes yourself feel better just because I'm younger and smaller than you. Like, what, was it a woman thing? Like, I don't even understand it. Like, I was so confused and annoyed, but I was ignoring him. Like, I don't want to have to fight somebody on the bus. Like, I really don't. And I know what you guys are thinking. Hey, he's just... No, actually, I don't know what you guys are thinking. In this point in time, I was annoyed. I was like, you know what? I don't curse at him. Leave it alone. Just ignore him. So I ignored him. Then he turns his attention to the guy sitting in front of him who was minding his own darn business. Like, he didn't involve himself at all. He wasn't even paying attention to the dude. All of a sudden, he puts the dude's hoodie over his head. The dude turns around and goes, what the hell are you doing? He starts cursing at the dude. They're going back and forth just as the bus is moving. I'm like, oh my gosh, this dude is trying to create a ruckus. Like, he wants to get hurt on this bus. Like, what was his plan? To start a riot on the bus so he gets kicked off on the side of the street? Like, how would you win that? Like, you still would not get to your destination. You would still have to get up and walk. Like, at least if you got on the bus, you'd get there a little quicker. But getting kicked off of the bus, you created chaos on that you may or may not have planned to create chaos on, still would not get you to your destination faster. I don't know, but I was like, oh my gosh, he's sitting across from me. If he touches my bag, I'm going to hit him. Oh my gosh, I'm going to end up getting into a fight with an old man who's touching my property. And I'm like ready to, like, my fist is I'm like, let's get it. Let's get it. My inner New Yorker was like, let's go. I don't know, but he didn't do nothing. He just stared at me from the corner of my eye, and I'm just like, ooh, let me just get home safely. Please let me get home safely. I don't. And then he got off the bus, and I was like, happy day. I'm so freaking weird. But the buses out here kind of remind me a lot of the buses in New York because of the fact that they are pretty darn late. Like Google Maps would be like, your bus will arrive at 9:15. Then 9:15, your bus will arrive at 9:20. Then at 9:20, your bus is delayed. No shiznit. Like, really? Really? And then it'll show up like nothing happened. Some of y'all call for a bus. Or my favorite one is when they stop just before getting to another stop and press a button and it goes, they'll tell you that to make it, they're gonna stop right where they are and they're gonna stay there until, so they can show up to the next stop on time. How are you gonna show up on time when you're never actually on time? The buses are always late. Like, there was this one time they were early and I was like, how y'all gonna show up earlier than what you're supposed to? And yet stop in the middle of getting to said destination just to say that this bus will be stopping momentarily it'll be stopping momentarily so that it can get to its destination on the time it's supposed to, because each stop is, you're supposed to be there a set time limit. How are you supposed to do that when the bus never actually shows up on the time that it says that it's going to be? It's confusing and infuriating. But then you can't yell at the bus driver because even though that it may or may not be the bus driver's fault, it's not going to make the ride any more pleasant or any quicker than it needs to be. So then it's just a whole bunch of people on a bus just angry and grumpy wanting to get to their destination as soon as possible. And it's not benefiting anybody, so you just stay quiet and shut up. That's kind of what it is. It only makes it worse when they make detours that no one knew about. So they'll turn some other way and we're like, hey, why are we going this way? Oh, because of the football game, it's too many people. You couldn't have said that? Or if it's too wet somewhere or there's construction ahead of us, they'll be like, oh no, we got to turn. But they'll wait until like after the fact. It's annoying. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but it does get a little frustrating sometimes because it makes me miss the trains all the more. But yeah, those are some weird stuff that I've encountered on the bus. Hit the like button, subscribe, hit a comment. Let me know what you think I should talk about more while being in Ohio. I really love being out here. I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world, and I wouldn't. This place is like home to me. I'm making it my home, and there will be hardships, but life isn't perfect. And just being able to wake up every day knowing that I'm going to do something different and experience something new. Every day being here is an adventure, and I appreciate every little bit of it. So, like I said, if you enjoyed this video, hit a like, subscribe, leave a comment. If you didn't, I hope that I made you chuckle even a little. See you guys later.